and welcome to Invest in the Youth. I'm Jonelle Johnson. Joining me today is Heather Kramer. She is the Vice President of Training for the Massachusetts Association of Insurance Agents. Thanks so much for being here, Heather. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
It's great to have you here. Now, in that role at your company, you work a lot with Invest. Talk about your role with Invest and how you began to work with Joseph Keith High School.
Well, my role with Invest is trying to get the program into various schools throughout Massachusetts. I must admit I had a little bit of an in with the Keith Tech School in that my husband is a teacher there. So I started with him, and then he put me in contact with the right people, and then it was just a matter of staying at it and keep talking to the administration at the school and then the business teachers to try to get them interested, understanding the program, making sure they understood that it really is all available to them in really like a turnkey type of format. And then once we had that done, they started this last fall, and it's been going great at the school so far.
Right. Now, what Invest does is it helps students learn more about the insurance industry. What types of tools did some of the teachers need in the classrooms to get those students acclimated into the insurance industry?
Well, we provided them, the Invest program itself has a lot of tools as far as activities that the students and teachers can do in the classroom. So that's a really good feature of it. But we also provided guest speakers to come into the program. We provided some data that the instructor would email me and say, Heather, do you know anybody who works in this particular field? We'd like to get some information.
Right. Now, in the insurance industry, we always like results. So talk about some of the results you saw because those teachers came into the classroom and helped them understand the insurance industry better.
What the results were that the students saw, one of the things that kids always look at, they look at like how much are they going to make in this job, and what interest that I have could actually fit in the insurance field. And what the instructors provided is they provided the realistic view of the insurance industry, meaning that the salaries that people can make range quite drastically, and you can be very, very successful in the insurance field. Right. They also provided that no matter what your interest is or what your passion is, if you will, that there really is some type of segment within the insurance industry that student can fit into. And they discussed the different job opportunities. They made them realize just concepts like risk management. What does that mean? How does that affect the insurance industry? And how is that put into play when different things happen, when there's some catastrophic event that happens? What happens as far as how is the insurance distributed among other companies so no one company is suffering all that loss and it's spread out through everything? So they just talked about all of that and really made it true to life and true to form for them.
Well, that's great. Did you have any students who actually decided to go into the insurance industry as a result of going through this Invest program?
Right now, that's up for debate because a number of them are just juniors this year, so they haven't reached that point yet. And in this particular program, I will say that I have heard other success stories where they have gone into the field of insurance and have been very happy with that choice. I will say the one thing about the Invest program is, of course, we want to bring youth into the industry, and it's a great industry to get into. But the other thing that it does, even if they don't come into the industry, it trains them as a consumer. So hopefully later on in life, they understand it more. And, when they're talking to their insurance agents, they actually will get it a little bit more and understand why they need coverages in different areas.
That's right, because whether it's life insurance or car insurance or so many other things, people need insurance every single day, whether you're in the industry or outside of the industry. So let me ask you before we end our conversation, give us some tips for those who might be interested in going into the classroom and helping these younger kids get into the industry.
The tips I would give to the people is that you just have to make it real for the students. You have to, if you can, everybody likes to bring in little gadgets or toys or some type of thing that the students can actually put their hands on and use. Bring in activities. So you're not just standing up there lecturing at them, that they're actually involved and learning as they're taking part in some type of activity within the classroom. And realize that they are, 16, 17, 18-year-old students. So speak to them at that level. Don't talk in insurance jargon all the time, and make it just true to life so they understand it and they can realize everything that they can do with it.
Thanks, Heather. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today. Thank you, and thank you for watching.